Hello, friends. This is so weird because I haven't done this in so long. So, I kind of took a little bit of a break with vlogging. Actually, not intentionally. It just so happened to happen and work out that way. But, I just have been super busy, and that's, you know, those of you that follow my life on Instagram and follow vlogs before know that that's just the name of the game. Not only as a teacher, but just with everything else going on. By the way, I love this angle. Like, this is a good height. I thought this was gonna be too tall, but this is perfect. Sorry. It's just been busy, so I just needed a little bit of a break, and I've been thinking a lot about it and reflecting and just kind of starting a new, fresh start with vlogging and sharing my story via social media and things, so stay tuned for some updates there. But I'm back, and I'm so excited to be back. First and foremost, I am currently in my classroom. It doesn't look like I'm in my classroom, but I am. I did a classroom transformation for the first time ever, so checked that one off the teacher bucket list, which I was so excited to do and have been so loving every minute of this. And I'm looking around the room, and I'm going to show you a little bit of my room, not today because I don't want to take too much time just in one clip, but I did transform my classroom for our test prep unit. So we spent 3 weeks of test prepping, so I transformed my room into Georgia Milestones Boot Camp. And again, I'll talk a little bit more about it and give some specifics of things I've done and just how this I did really on a cheap teacher budget, and how you can do it as well, and just kind of the pros and the cons and the disadvantages and advantages and all the great things about it. So yeah, so stay tuned because somewhere in this vlog I will talk about that. So I guess a life update is that it is the first week of April, and I just got back from spring break, which was last week. Those of you that follow me on Instagram and Facebook know that I was in Disney World, the happiest place on earth and one of my favorite places on the entire planet. And it was my birthday while I was there, so that was super fun. And I actually went by myself, which again, those of you that know me know that's kind of out of my comfort zone, but I'm so proud that I did that and I loved it. And there's a lot of pros to going by yourself to Disney World, aka the single rider line, and you can do anything you want to do, and you don't have to worry about anybody's schedule. So that was nice. It was my birthday, and I got to spoil myself at the Disney Spa, which was amazing. I did get a little bit of a toothache while I was there, so that was a downfall, but I'm about to have a root canal and a crown, so we're gonna get all that fixed up. But yeah, it's currently Friday of the first full week of April, so we've been back for a week from spring break. We're in week 2 of test prep, so we have about a week left, and then we'll move into the Georgia Milestones, which is our state assessment, a week from Tuesday, which is kind of scary, but it is what it is. And I have really reflected a lot about state testing. You know, it's really not anything that I have control over, but I do have control over the way that I feel about it and my attitude towards it. And I have done everything in my power to prepare these kids and to teach them to the best of my ability. So, yeah, you know, it is what it is. And I have given 125%, and I've taught my heart out this year, just like I do every year. And, you know, I was watching an Instagram post from a friend recently, and he had his kids write down all of the things that a standardized test can't measure, and it was just so profound to me just to think about all of those things that is not measured on a state assessment. And those things are what is really important to me, or what are really important to me as a teacher. And so yeah, it's taken me a while to get to that place, but I have to be positive about it and just know that I have done everything that I can do, and that I am so proud of these kids, and it really does not define them. And as cliche as it sounds, these kids that I teach every single day are worth so much more than a score on a state assessment, and I just have to live by that. And so, tangent done. So you'll hear a lot about test prep and state testing because that's just the season that we're in, guys. But I just wanted to hop on and say hello because it has been so long, and I have missed doing this so much. It's been so nice just to be able to watch other vlogs and reflect and just think about those that inspire me, and to talk to so many of you. So I am back, and I'm excited to be back and to share more, and really kind of the close of this year. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep you too long. It's already been 5 minutes, and I have so much more than I want to say. But yeah, stay tuned because I am gonna talk more about the classroom transformation, and I'll show you some more specific things in the room. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is like my go-to pose, I guess, and touching the face, sorry. But yeah, stay tuned. And if you are on spring break, lucky you, enjoy it. If you haven't had spring break, get ready because it's amazing. And if you're back, just know that summer's close. So yeah, wherever you're at, hope you're having a great day. And I'll see you guys maybe this weekend, but definitely on Monday. Have a good one, friends. Happy Sunday. Yeah, it's totally Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
There's my student teacher, Miss Taylor. I don't know if she's officially been introduced on the vlog, but I know I've talked about her, so she's so amazing, and her time's ticking down, which is really sad. But yes, we are here on a Sunday because we had lots to do, and they're like scheming behind me, sorry. We had lots to do to get ready for the week. We had like a gazillion copies to make, and we made them for the whole grade level, so that's done. That's why we came. We are 1 week away from the Georgia milestones, which is kind of crazy. So it's kind of what we were making copies for. Here comes one of Miss Taylor's daughters. That's so funny. So yeah, the vlog this week starts on a Sunday, which is usually how it always starts. If I'm not here on Sunday, I'm probably here on Saturday, and so forth. So yeah, just wanted to hop on and say hello. And Miss Taylor will be here on Tuesday, so you'll get to see her hopefully a little bit then. And yeah, not much else to say, except I did get a lot of questions about Georgia Milestones Boot Camp and how I made the classroom transformation possible. So I do plan on sitting down at some point this week and just kind of talking through some of the things that I purchased and how we kind of made it possible and things like that. So yeah, just wanted to say happy Sunday and hop on, and we have some more friends, I think, that want to make an appearance. So they're going to hop on and say hello.
Hello.
Miss Taylor's children are all here hanging out helping. So yeah, one more. This is so funny. All right, guys, I will see you bright and early in the morning. Hope your weekend's been great.
Dad, I thought you were already up.
Happy Monday, friends, and say hello to River. This is like the week of guests
My thumb
on
got
the
swollen.
vlog. Abby's here too. There's Abby.
It really is 3 with Mr. B.
Yeah, 3 with Mr. B has come to life.
Wait,
So it's Monday, I think. I tried to vlog this morning, but my camera was dying and it was making those weird sounds again. So I don't think I got to check in a whole lot. It was Monday. This is our current last week of test prep before the milestones. So we start state testing. Our 5th graders started today, but we as 3rd graders start next Tuesday. So it's just crunch time. We're just kind of reviewing those last minute things. And so that's what the basis of the day was. We did a little bit of information writing off of 2 passages this morning because they are expected to do that on the first day. They'll either write off of 2 information passages or 2 opinion passages. So we're finishing up information and then we're going to move into opinion. The rest of the week we did a little bit of reading. We read a nonfiction passage and answered some questions. Really focusing in on multiple choice questions because that's where the bulk of their points come in. Then we did a little bit of constructive response practice with Michelle Obama's biography. We have a really cool Jeopardy board that we're using for that. Went to lunch, specials, all that good stuff. And then we went to recess because we missed it this morning because testing was going on. So, yeah. That was Monday. And every day will probably look exactly the same because we are just reviewing everything we've learned this year. River's currently throwing a ball around my classroom. Ha! So, yeah. Hope your Monday was great. Mine's been good. It's just been busy. Hey friends, happy Wednesday. Totally keep wanting to say Thursday, I don't know why. But yeah, we are midway through the week and I don't think I checked in at all yesterday. No, I don't think I did. I don't think so. If I did, you saw a clip. If not, you didn't see a clip. So, it is about 7:15 and I've been home for a little bit. Had to go by the grocery store and get a prescription on my way home, so I wasn't at school super late. I had a meeting after school with a parent. and it was a good meeting. Yeah, so nothing really new to report other than we're still in the midst of test prep, getting ready for state testing, which my kids take starting on next Tuesday. And hopefully I'll be able to talk through a little bit about kind of how our state testing looks. I know it looks different in every state, so I'll kind of update you maybe next week on what some of the things that my kids do on the test, and just kind of how our testing is laid out and how we do it in Georgia. So yeah, we have really been prepping hard, and I am to the point now, and I think my kids would tell you this, we're ready to take the thing and be done with it, because we've talked about it so much, and now it's like just time to do it. So I'm feeling good. Like I said before, I've done everything I can to prepare them, and I'm proud of them, and they've worked super hard. And so it's just time to show what they know and give it all they've got, and we're going to celebrate all their learning, like I tell them. It's just like a big celebration of everything you've learned this year. So yeah, that's kind of the story of the week. Doesn't make for an exciting vlog, but that's how it's going, friends. I do want to say this, kind of something special that happened yesterday, is I was nominated for Teacher of the Year. I've been nominated before, and it's such an honor to be nominated again, and just makes for really special moments for me, just to know that somebody else sees how much you put into it, and that you love it, and that you go above and beyond, and that just means the world to me. So no matter what happens, I'm so humbled and so honored to be even nominated. That is just such a cool thing, and I am on that ballot with 5 other incredible teachers. So again, no matter what happens, there will be a great teacher represented by my school, and I think that's just the coolest thing ever, to be able to say that. So I will keep you posted. We usually announce ours like the first week of May, so I feel like we voted super early this year. They usually announce their winner during Teacher Appreciation Week, which is the first week of May. So in a couple weeks I will know who the Teacher of the Year is, and I'll keep you posted. So yeah, that was kind of something cool yesterday that really made my day, and just kind of made that week a little bit brighter and a little bit more special. And yeah, I am having a root canal tomorrow, so I feel like I should be nervous and not looking forward to it. However, I've had this cracked tooth for like 2 months now, and had some scheduling crazies, and I had a toothache over spring break. I don't know if I told you guys that while I was in Disney. On my birthday, the toothache started, so I'm ready to be done with this and have the thing taken care of and to call it quits. So, yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Luckily, I have such an amazing student teacher who's going to keep my class in the afternoons. Perks of having a student teacher. And LaTanya Robinson, my friend at Smarty Snowell, talked about this in one of her vlogs recently. She said, I feel bad, but I feel like I should take advantage of having that student teacher. So I'm definitely taking advantage of that. So we're on the same page there, LaTanya. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am still going to talk through classroom transformation stuff and give some tips and tricks. I'll probably hopefully do that tomorrow. And other than that, I'm real tired. I have not slept good this week. I don't know if it's just because I have so much on my mind, but I'm going to go rest a little bit, get some things ready for tomorrow, and I will see you bright and early back in the classroom. See you tomorrow, guys. Back in my office again, and I look terrible, and I don't feel so great because I just had a root canal. And as you heard yesterday, I was really excited to have one because it was kind of a long process to get it to that. And went to a really great new dentist today after some complications. So I'm excited about that, and they were amazing. My appointment was at 2 o'clock, so I went back like right at 2, and I didn't leave there until 6 o'clock. So I was in the dentist chair for 4 hours. Sorry, I was interrupted. So yeah, 4 hours in the dentist chair. And I really didn't experience any pain. It was a great root canal. It's a great dentist. But they did have to, before they even did the root canal, they had to look at the decay from where the tooth is cracked to make sure that we needed to do the root canal. And once they looked at that, they didn't know that we need to, so then we had to do the root canal. And then I decided to go ahead and have the temporary crown put on instead of having to come back for another visit, because we all know that as teachers, it's really hard to schedule doctor's appointments and get away. And I thought that's one less appointment. So they said I will probably be a little bit more sore than that because you're not supposed to do a whole lot on top of a root canal. But we're going to see. I'm about to go to bed. It is 6:30. I'm getting in the bed to rest and relax and just chill. I'm going to have mashed potatoes for supper. I'm going to eat a Wendy's Frosty. Like, I'm going to live the life tonight, friends. But I'll probably be a little miserable. But hopefully I'll get to be at school tomorrow. I'm completely planning on being at school. I don't know why I wouldn't be unless I'm just miserable. But I have some great medications. And, yeah. It's done. So I was really only at school half a day today. A little bit of an interesting morning with some friends who decided not to make the best choices, but we got through it and worked on some test prep, and we're good to go. And I will tell you too, I had some friends come to me today and tell me that they voted for me for Teacher of the Year and they felt like I really deserved it. And those are the things that make me so happy. You know, just those little moments where, you know, you just feel appreciated and thankful. And thanked, and that makes me thankful. So I just need those little moments, especially on a day that's not so fun, like a root canal day. So yeah, I made it. I survived. Starting to get real sore, so I'm not going to talk very long, but I will see you guys tomorrow. And it's Friday, so thanks for hanging in, guys. So I told you yesterday that I had a root canal, so I'm super sore on the side of my mouth, and it hurts to open. I don't know if that's from like the shots or what. So yeah, I'm super sore, so I'm not in the best of spirits. I'm going to try to be a little more enthusiastic about my room transformation, because I did wait till the last minute to show everything. So if I'm not super peppy, that's the only reason, because I'm real sore, and that just, ugh. Those of you that know dentists know that that's just not the best thing in the world. So first off, let me just say that one of my favorite things from today so far was I came in this morning and all of my kids had written me notes from yesterday when I left early to go have a root canal. And my student teacher, Miss Taylor, who I talked about a lot on here, texted me and said, "You got some really interesting notes from some of your kids." And I was like, okay. And I guess that they just don't understand what a root canal is. They knew I was going to the dentist and having some work done. But like, I had some kids who tried to write like tooth jokes. So I thought I'd share just a few, just to maybe make you smile a little bit. This one says, "Knock knock, who is it, Mr. Brian? Mr. Brian who? Brian, your root." And then another one says, "Knock knock, who's there? Root who? Mr. Brian's getting a root canal. Hope you had a tooth-tastic day." And then some other sweet ones that just said, this one was sweet. Some of them were just like general notes. It said, "I hope you have a wonderful visit to the doctor. I hope it doesn't hurt bad, because I love you as my teacher and been awesome this year. And then there are sometimes that I have been a pain in the butt, but you know, I'm still trying to be as good as Pink. And I can't wait for your dentist visit to be over." That one was sweet. There was one, I did get one, "Why don't gummy bears have teeth?" Because they're gummy bears. And then one that was really, there was one that was really sweet. They're all super sweet, and I love just the thought that went into them, but there was one that was just really funny to me, the way it was written. It said, "I hope you're not hurting too bad or something, and that you can come back and teach us." Oh, here, oh, and then I had one creative kid who did a comic strip of me, and it's so funny because I come back, and I guess I'm sore, and she gives me a book, and I say, "Books fix everything," so thank you. So that was cool. And then this one says, "Hopefully you feel better, and hopefully that you can still teach us stuff." So those were just some sweet cards that I got for my kids this morning. Those little moments just make all the difference in a day. So now let's talk a little bit about classroom transformation and what I've kind of done for test prep. So I know I've posted some pictures. I'm going to take you around the room in just a second and show you some different areas. It's not a huge mess, but it is right in the middle of a day of teaching. So just know that it's not perfect and it is learned in. So just avoid that and try to not pay attention to the mess. But I had the idea to do Georgia Milestones Bootcamp, and I know I've said this before, but that's the state test that we take, and my third graders will take it starting on Tuesday. And so the way that our county sets it up is we do 3 weeks of test prep right before the test, just to prepare them for situations that they might see on the test. And really, I don't feel like it's crunch time at all. It's not like we're cramming for the test. It's really we're taking everything that we've taught them, and we show them what that could look like on the test. And so to me, that can be one of the most boring times of the year for kids and for teachers alike. And so I, in 5th grade 2 years ago, did a Milestones boot camp, and we did it a couple weeks before, but I did not go this big into it. I just kind of called it that, and we did some different things that I've done this year, and I've kind of amped it up a little bit. But this year, I really wanted to do a full transformation, just to really go all out and make it something that they would remember and something that was engaging for them. And first of all, let me just say, Hope and Wade King are forever 2 of my favorite teacher inspirations, and Hope does the best classroom transformations, and so she is one of my biggest inspirations for wanting to do this. And so thank you, Hope, if you're watching, and if you don't follow Hope and Wade, go follow them. They do some of the most amazing classroom transformations, and I just in the middle of reading the wild card and read about classroom transformations, and I was like, the Lord is saying do one, so I did it. So I transformed my classroom into Georgia Milestones Bootcamp. And this was easy because I knew I just needed to really get dark coverage on the walls. And I really just went for camo colors. I knew I needed like green or brown or black or tans. And so I used a lot of different materials, and I'll show you some of those things. I will tell you, this did not cost a whole lot of money. This did not take a whole lot of time. It was a very easy classroom transformation, and one that I will definitely do every single year because I have seen the value of it through my kids' engagement. So, first let me tell you about how I kind of split up my kids, because that was a huge part of boot camp. So, I have, you can kind of see in the background there, this is going to wobble. Sorry, guys. You can kind of see in the background, but I have tables that I bought from IKEA. Love, love, love tables. I've tried to get away from traditional classroom furniture for a while, and so I'm kind of slowly getting there. And so I have 6 tables already, and so I knew I wanted my kids to be split up into 6 different groups. And so instead of calling them groups, we have called them squads for these 3 weeks. And we have we chose squads right before the weekend that I did the transformation. So the Friday before this started on Monday, we chose the squads. And what I did is I chose 6 strong students. Academically, I knew I just needed a strong academic student on each squad to kind of be the leader. And they really have all been the leaders in the group. It really has not been a special role. It was just I knew I needed one strong academic leader to kind of guide that way. And when we chose squads, we did it in different ways. There were one round, I think they each got to pick one person, so they at least had one person that they wanted to be with. And then some of the other rounds were more random, where I would just draw sticks, and so that it wasn't like one person picked all their favorites and then you were just left with what else. So I did it. I did a mixture of both. I let them pick, but I also did a little bit of random, so I felt like it was fair and equal across the board. They have been in these same squads for all 3 weeks, and this is like the last of the 3 weeks. It's crazy because I feel like we just started this. But they've been in those squads, and they have competed in different challenges and things, and overall they have been earning squad points. And so the best way to do this to me is I use Dojo every now and then just to change it up. We have a clip chart that we use school-wide, but I use Class Dojo to keep up with squad points. And I don't know if you know this, but Class Dojo has a feature where you can put your kids into groups and you can accumulate group points. And so that's how I have kept tally of the points, and each week I just reset it. And then I've totaled them up here at the end. And so what I have done each week is they can get points during different challenges. So we've done a couple like reading and writing games, grammar games, math games, and challenges, and they can accumulate points that way. They also get points for where they land on the clip chart each day. So I tied it back into what we already use school-wide. So depending on the higher the color, the more points they've earned for their team. They got points for homework. They got points for signed paper folders coming back. They got points for cleanest areas. So I really used it to my advantage because everything they do already that I need them to continue to do during this ever so important time, I've made it a point value. And so what I've done is at the end of each week is we have totaled up the points, and Dojo has done all of that for me. At the end of each week, we've done a squad weekly winner. And so we announced that. We kind of had a big celebration, like a big time where we do that and we celebrate. We announce it, and I've announced their placements each week. And then after we announce the squad winner, I have randomly chosen one person from that squad to be the winner of the squad. And it's just a random draw, and then that one person gets a prize. We did a fundraiser a couple months ago where I was getting prizes because people were donating, and so I just saved all the prizes, and those have been the prizes, and they love the prizes. So you could do it lots of different ways. You know, I just had those. I didn't spend any money on those, and they love them, so that's why I used them. But you could do all different things. So I did do a squad winner for each week. Now that we're at the end of the 3 weeks, there will be one overall winner that has had the most points each week, and it is so tight between 3 squads. I'm really interested to see how it will fall. But on Monday, we're going to do, and I asked them what they wanted so that I could really get them engaged and involved in it, but we're going to do a pizza and slime party for the group that wins. So during lunch, they're going to get to come have pizza and make slime. That's what they wanted to do. They love slime. I have never made slime in my life, but I am going to learn for them. So we'll do pizza and slime party for that winning group on Monday, and they are so excited about it. They have really tried to work hard, and I will tell you that they have been super engaged because of it. And that has been really beneficial to me, and it's just one more thing that's been added in. Another easy tip or trick that I would say is change your call and responses that you do. You know, like I do the same ones throughout the year that they love, but this year, because it's boot camp, I have a whistle that I use at recess, so every time I blow the whistle, they have to stop what they're doing and say, "Sir, yes, sir." And they love that. They think it's fun, and so that has been really helpful and just one additional added touch. But that's how it's worked as far as kind of what they have done. And a couple of days at the beginning, just to kind of get them pumped, we would listen to like the military anthems of each branch of the military. And there was something else. Oh yeah. There was like sometimes just for fun morning work, I would give them like a military word scramble, just something to add into the boot camp theme, just to make it a little more exciting for them. So those are just some little things that I've done, and really all of that stuff has cost me nothing. It's just something to add in. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the overall transformation of the classroom. So I'm gonna, I wish I had my tripod hooked up. I'm gonna turn, oh gosh, this could be tricky. Okay, I'm gonna turn this way, and I'm gonna talk through, and I'll show you the overall room at the end, but I'm going to talk through kind of the front of my room. The front of the room was the trickiest because I had to have the smart board. So, first of all, I'll say this. I kind of liked the idea of a variety of different fabrics. I thought the more fabrics and the more different, the cooler it will look. And so, if you have bed sheets in your closet, that's the easiest go-to. I used lots of different sheets in here. That was a big use of material that I used. And then I also bought some. They're super cheap at Walmart if you don't know. And like even just the twin size sheet is a large sheet. Like I thought those were going to be too small, but they were super cheap. And I bought several of them, and I'll show you where I have those. This material in the front is all just material from the fabric section at Walmart. And it was on sale, so I went for the clearance fabric. It was so cheap to buy. There's 4 panels. You can only see 3 of them. The dark green, the brown. Then over here we have like a lighter brown and a black. Sorry, everything's reversed in the camera, so it's looking weird to me. And then like I just covered my library in the middle there with fabric. I think that's just a bed sheet. And then I just used butcher paper at the top to cover the wall that was seen. So that was another thing that I didn't have to pay for because we had it at school. Fabric is easy to hang in the ceiling. I will tell you though, my reflection and my growth from this is that I don't know that I would use fabric next year. Just like fabric from the material store. Now sheets are different because they have the I don't know, they have that one part of the sheet that has the lining, and so it hangs good. But this material that doesn't have anything like that on the end of the sheet, it doesn't hang well. So I will tell you, these have fallen several times over the last couple of weeks, and it's been easy to put them back up, but it's just a little bit of a pain to have to do that. So my tip is I wouldn't use fabric. However, what I have decided is that next year, when I do this, I'm going to use this fabric because I bought it and it's perfect colors, but I'm going to use those as tablecloths because I started the week, 2 weeks ago, we had green and brown tablecloths on each squad's table, so it looked really nice when they came in, but they didn't last because they were poking holes in them, and just the wear and tear of that didn't last long. They were cheap plastic tablecloths. They lasted for 2 weeks and it was great, but then it was just time to take them off. So what I'm going to do next year is I'm going to use this fabric, I'm going to cut it in half and use it as tablecloth. So you can still use fabric, and that's how I would use that next year instead. The best material that has come from this whole thing is, I'm going to go this way, the tarps. Okay, so I guess I could turn around and talk without you seeing my face. So the bulk of the room is covered in tarps, okay? And you'll see there's different sizes. So these tarps are super cheap. Like, I was very surprised when I went just looking and how cheap they were. The best thing is that they have holes in them, and so literally, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. Oh, I can't. So once again, yeah, they have the grommets at the top, which is great because all I did was I tied zip ties and I attached the zip ties to the ceiling. So it was super easy and it was quick and it is so durable. Like, not so much this one, but we have had to go behind tarps, and like, you can, move them and they're not gonna go anywhere. I'm sorry, that camera's making noise. The cool thing about these tarps that I really like is this side is brown, but the other side is silver. So like, if I ever wanna, hold on. So this is the larger of the two tarps. And I have 4 of these, I think. One there, one there. There's another one here. This one's blue. No, it's not blue. It's green. The other side is blue because you can see the lights are shining through it, so it's a little different. So that's the third. And then the fourth one is over here. I also got this size. This is a little bit of a smaller size tarp. And you see I have this one hanging that way. And then back here I have that one hanging the other direction. So it was nice to have a variety of different things that I could use. Like, see that material there, and that one had fallen one time before and I had to fix it. So it doesn't look like it did before. But that's just a twin size bed sheet. So the bed sheets are really helpful. And that twin size is huge. Like, I thought they would be smaller. The other thing I used is this camo burlap that came from Academy. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but it was super expensive. Sorry, super cheap, or else I wouldn't have paid for it. But I have like 2 pieces of that because I used it here to cover at my television, and then I used it over here to cover my bookcases, so that they really could not see. Now we're unfocusing again. We're gonna try again. Y'all, this camera has been amazing all week, and now it's being silly again. Alright, anyways, yeah, I used the burlap over here to cover my bookcases so that you couldn't see anything. I kept my lamps the same, and then the air is on, so this is blowing, but this is just a sign that says welcome to Georgia Milestones Boot Camp. And then this is just netting. I had some friends who hunt, and they had this netting, and it just kind of covered this area where I really couldn't put a piece of tarp because of the air conditioner, so the netting just kind of adds a cool touch to the room as well. I also added the pennant flags, which are really cool. These are just camo pennant flags that just kind of adds to the environment. I think anytime you add something from the ceiling, it just is really cool. And then you have that camo lantern. And then I had green swirls. Now these had like army tanks and airplanes on them, but those had all come off, and I used those on the door that I'll show you. This up here is that fabric. Again, it's great fabric, but it's a little heavy, and so I think that's why it's harder to hang into the ceiling. But it worked for this year, but I will probably just not use the fabric again. The bed sheets are much easier. that material was cheap and it was a great price, but again, it wasn't the easiest fabric to work with. And when you have kids who line up here every day, it's bound to come down. And then I just brought in this chair. I got rid of my really comfy reading chair and put that there just to add to it. And I'm really excited to have my reading chair back. And then this camo hat. I haven't worn this, but it was just a nice prop. One of my kids, when I did 5th grade camo day, left that. Again, another bed sheet that just kind of covered everything. And you'll see, I just literally pushed everything to the back and covered it with fabric. So it was really easy. So yeah, here I'll span the room again. Again, sorry that it's a mess. The tarps are so amazing. Like, that would be my word of advice. If you can get tarps, get the tarps. They are so good. And see, like this table back here, this is where we've housed all our stuff. But this one just has a camouflage tablecloth. We have used camouflage pencils just to add to the fun. And yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the classroom transformation. I will show you the door really quickly, just so you can see what the door looks like, because it was just butcher papered. So all I did there was I just covered it with green butcher paper and spray painted Georgia Milestones Boot Camp, because it went right along with the theme. So yeah, I mean, that is the classroom transformation at a gist. If you have any other questions, you can feel free to ask me. Overall, I'll just say it was such a good decision. You know, I was really nervous about doing it and if they were going to be wild or not, but I think the engagement that it brings and just the excitement that it has brought has really enhanced, you know, what could really be a boring time of year. So I love this. It's coming down this afternoon. It's bittersweet. I miss like the color of my room, and this is the most uncolorful classroom ever because it's all dark military colors. But you know, 3 weeks was a great time to have it up. You know, it literally, you know, just one afternoon. I came up here on a Sunday afternoon. I was here for a couple of hours, had some friends come, and we zip tied the tarps up and put everything up, and it was quick. So it is really not a huge expensive task, and it's not anything that takes a lot of time. So if you haven't tried a classroom transformation, I would definitely encourage you to try it. I again have loved this. This is something I've always wanted to do. I'm so glad I was able to do it, and again, thanks to Hope and Wade for being such huge inspirations and really setting a good example for what classroom transformation should be. So my specials is almost over. My kids are going to be back in the classroom, and we're going to the computer lab one final time to practice for the milestones. So hopefully I'll be back to check in. If not, I will see you guys again at some point, but I should be able to check in at the end of the day. Maybe I will show you the takedown of the classroom transformation so you can see what my room looks like after it all comes down, because it would, if you haven't seen this before, like, this looks really different than what it normally looks like. So I'll try to check in at some point, but hope everybody's having a great Friday or whatever day you see this. Great day wherever you are, and I will talk to you guys soon. The walls are coming down, and it's really weird because my classroom has been so dark and dull for 3 weeks, and now all the color is back. So it's really crazy. Those of you that saw it earlier, all the tarps have come down. Some of them are still up. Taylor's working away. And we would have had a lot more done by now, but the power decided to go out in the building as I pulled one of the fabrics out of the ceiling, and I literally thought I had pulled something. I thought I had messed it up, but yeah, all of this was behind the tarps. This is really weird because me and Miss Taylor were just saying it looks like a completely new classroom because it's so different. Kind of missed all this. All right, friends, we'll keep you posted. So life update is that I don't know that I've made any more progress than I have before. We had done a lot, and then we just have this other two tarps to tape down. So we've done a little bit, but have a little bit more. But I just opened a package from Amazon that I ordered last week with an Amazon gift card that I got. And I ordered a new tripod, which I'm currently using, and I love it so much already. So, I asked a couple of vloggers what tripods they use to get some recommendations, and this one was recommended. It's GorillaPod, and I don't know if they come in different kinds, but this is $325, if that helps. But my other one just didn't. I had another one, I don't remember what brand it was, but it was super cheap, and it just didn't do well. So, just wasn't a good tripod. And this one is already much better. So I'm super excited, although I'm not really showing it because my mouth's a little sore from the root canal. So yeah, maybe I'll keep you posted when we finish the whole room, because I am just loving this room because I missed my room and it's almost back to normal. It is, hold on, 7 o'clock, and so hopefully we'll be done soon. I'll check back in later, friends.